Hi everyone. Good morning. I hope you all have started to do the lot of practice with your Appium. So today this is very important session because all these days we're gonna see how we can do a lot of connecting with emulator, real devices, your browser stack. I know some of you having some issues. We'll try to sort them out, but that doesn't want to stop you from listening to this lecture. And in this today we will see more on the gestures. Yesterday we seen about the locators, right? So today we will see about the mobile gestures one by one, and predominantly tapping, and then we also have uh, what else we have. Long press is some of the actions that are pretty unique to your Android devices. Sorry, not the Android devices, the mobile devices. And then you can also tap using the points rather than the element itself. And then we can also do swiping. Okay, and then we also can do drag and drop. Drag and drop and swiping are almost same, and then we'll see what is that. And yeah, scrolling we have already done using UI Android Automator. Now we'll also see the scrolling using other techniques. Okay, so basically these are all the mobile gestures that we are going to cover. So the tap, say, they normally ask what is the difference between tap and click. They are almost same. Okay, a tap is more like a mobile specific event. Okay, so it actually mimics your user tapping on a mobile. Okay, but the click is different, like it's like your selenium click. Okay, so tap is more like a mobile gesture, and click is not a mobile gesture, it's like your selenium action. Okay, that's the only difference. So what I have done, okay, I have just separated and then created a get driver method where I have written the code to all the capabilities and other stuff, so that I'll just return the driver. Okay, so if someone is calling this method, I'll create a session in my browser stack, and then I'll return them the driver. That's it. So basically I don't have to return. Basically I can just put it as void. And now I have this as a class level variable, so that I'm assigning to that particular class level variable, and then I'm going to access it in my before method, after method, and wherever, right? So it's as simple as that. So we're going to start with our tap. Okay, uh, how many of you know what is a static import? That is pretty important. If I have to start with,
Yeah, I
what is
know.
yeah, can you explain what is a static import?
Yeah, static import is used in order to just use the static functions of a class rather than completely using class dot function name. We can just use the function name by using the static import.
Cool. So let's say how we can demonstrate this. Okay, let's create a class called as let's say a, and then we have some method inside this. Let's say we call it as public static void run. Okay. Uh, sorry guys, I'm still, yeah, right, something like this. Okay, I have a method like this. Let's also assume I have another class called as b, or maybe a main class or the runner class, where I have my main method. Okay, so I have a main method. Now I want to access the class, the method run from runner class. How will I do that? Since this is a static method, what I can do, I can just call it with a.run. Okay, as simple as that. If I run it, it will work. Okay, so it will work and printed run. Now what is the problem with this? I can use like this. Yes, you can use like this until your package is very small. So if you notice your package is com.test here, that's okay. But if your package is very big and your class name is also is very big, it's not like it is very big, like abstract class, this, that, whatever. Your name is also very big, and it spoils my readability. Okay, the thing that what I want to focus here is the method, and I want to take away the focus on this class. So what I can do in that case, okay, I don't have to import this a. If I do import static, and then italcom.test, the package name, and then give the class name. If you type control and space, you see the method there. You can just also import the method, okay? Or you can put a star if you want to import all the methods from that particular class, okay? So for say, let's say I'm telling run, okay? If I tell run, okay, put a colon. Now you don't have to mention a, you can just tell run, it will still work. Okay, so we are accessing a static method without using its class name. So if you do a static import, it can understand they're trying to access a static member from this particular class, and this method name is run. Sometimes there can be a lot of methods, right? So let's say this is let's say eat. Eat is our favorite actions, right? At least my favorite thing to do. So if I want to also call this from the runner class, you can either do a static import of your eat method as well, okay? And then you can just tell eat, okay? But it's very impossible for us to do the static import for all the methods in a class. So better we write like this, a star. I'm interested in all the methods in the particular A class. So you don't have to mention any of these. So if I run it, it'll work. Okay. So this is called static imports in rest assured, in Appium, in most of the places, the static imports will be used. If you're going to a new company, if you want to understand this fully, there may be a lot of people who use static imports. Again, guys, you don't have to type this always manually. Suppose if you don't have this here, let's say I'm writing like this, and then my IntelliJ or your Eclipse IDE can do that. I don't think Eclipse can do this, but IntelliJ, if you press on Alt and Enter, it can give you the option. Okay, if you notice, add demand static import, and then it's also telling the package. Yeah, yes, I want to do that. That's it, done. Okay. So this is called a static import. I hope this makes sense. Everyone can understand, right? Because without this, we cannot work with mobile gestures. You need to understand. Okay, I hope everyone can understand this. Let's close this noise, and then let it be there. I don't want to focus that on now. It's yeah. Now we'll focus more on the test. Okay, let's say I want to click on the views. Okay, I have already all these things opened. Let me go back to the page that we used, and then we try to do the first action, that is tap action on particular element, right? So maybe the views, we already know. So this is the views, and I want to use accessibility ID, and then I want to click on the views. Okay, so let's say we do this. In Selenium, we have, so the ultimate goal is to click, or sorry, to tap on views in the homepage. Okay, this is the requirement. We have to do this. We don't have to do the clicking operation. We have to do the tapping. So in Selenium, we have something called as actions, right? We have actions. What we do new actions. To do the drag and drop, move to all the stuff, we do new actions, and then we pass the driver argument dot, and then we write all the code, and then we tell build. Yeah, we'll do that, right? Build dot perform. We'll do that. The same way we have something here that's called as touch action. Okay. Since this more deals about the touching operation, they name it as touch action. This has to come from your appium.java client. Don't use the touch actions from Selenium interactions. Okay, this is what the biggest confusion will be. So yeah, touch action. And now let's say TA equal to new touch action, or you can give the implementation, that is, I want to work on Android touch action, so I'm not focusing on the iOS touch action here, so maybe I can directly give the Android touch action. Again, it is asking me please pass the driver cap thing, so I'm passing that, and then yeah, that's it. Now if you type on dot, it will tell you long press, tap, all those stuff, right? So if you notice very closely, these are all the options that I'm speaking about: tap, long press, move to, long press. But they are also having overloaded methods, right? So tap is overloaded with tap option as argument, point option as argument. Okay, all these things. I also have something called as wait action. We will see how to do that. Okay, but for now, our interest is tap. Again, tap, you can either tap using a web element or you can tap on a particular point. What you are interested. I am interested in tapping on a web element. So let me choose this. Okay. Now it is telling pass me tap options. Okay. Then just type tap options. Okay. And then press a dot. Tap options is a class, guys. Okay. It's a class. It has some methods. Okay. Which can help us to perform tags. So tap options. From this tap options, if you type a dot, based on what you want to perform a tap. I want to perform a tap based on a element. Okay, I want to perform tap multiple times. Maybe I want to perform 2 taps. Okay, double tap, I want to perform double tap, I can do it. Okay, all these things you can explore, but we want to tap on a particular web element, so I am choosing with the element. Now if you also notice, okay, let me put it in a full screen. So if you notice, tap on a with elements, and this web element is also accepting. See, this web element with element is a method that accepts element option. Okay, I'm just using the whatever the suggestion my id is telling. Okay, element option. Okay, and then it is telling, hey, you pass me element, you pass the web element to me, or you pass the web element and the x and y axis to me, or you pass the web element and the point offset. Let's say you want to click on a particular x and y, offset of a particular element. Suppose, let's say I use the annotation tool. The element is located here. Okay, but I want to do the tap here. There is no elements, or you cannot have any property to click on this. So what you can do, you can find this element, and you can tell the offset. It is offset in the x-axis by 50 points. It is offset in the y-axis by 50 points. So you perform a tap from offset of 50, 50 from this point. Okay, you can do all those stuff. So yeah, but for now, let's keep it as operation very simple. That I want to do element option and then element. Now it is asking me to pass the element. So how can I pass this? Again, guys, this looks noisy. So let's use okay, let's use this as an anonymous inner class implementation so that I don't have to use the reference variable, right? Now, also, I go here, I create driver dot, and then find element by accessibility ID. I have something called as views. This is what we have done before. So let's introduce a new local variable called as views. And then I just pass views here. Okay. Now this is done. What else we want to do? Press on dot. And then at the end, whatever you have done, that's okay. But last you have to call the perform method. Okay. So basically they are using a builder pattern to build the whole stuff, the sequence of events. So what I am actually doing, I want to actually tap on this particular element. The element is this. Okay. This is what we are doing. Okay. So if you also understood, we can do the static import. This tap options method is a static method. Okay, this tap option method is a static method. So basically, you can statically import this. Okay, if we want, we can do it. Otherwise, we will do it at the end. Let's do it for now. Let's say add demand static, and this is also a static method. That element method is a static method in element option class. So I can press my cursor here, press on Alt and Enter in your case, and then add on demand static. That's it. Now the code is much more readable than before. Again, if you don't want to do this, if you are getting confused, see, if you notice, it do the automatic static import for me. Okay, if you feel the previous version is more readable, you can always use that. Yeah, so let's go to the previous version. I can also use it with like this, right? That's up to you. Now let's try to do whether it is performing the tap option or not. So we have already found the element. We are asking it to tap on this particular element, and then let's try to run the test. Guys, don't worry about if you don't understand, because we're gonna create a wrapper for all these things. Okay, so the method name that we are going to create will shield everything. So you just pass the Android element to it, it will do the tapping operation for you. So if you notice, our just now completed, so it has passed, that's good, but we will wait and see whether it is doing the click. But yeah, if it is passed, most probably it would have done the click. Okay, so perform the touch action sequence. See, this is a sequence of events that we are passing. So what is the action? You want to tap on this particular element. So it has found the element ID based upon whatever the parameters we have done. Okay, now let's try to do this. Maybe since we haven't applied the weight, so it clicked on views. Okay, so this is what I am telling about tap. Okay, if you have any doubts, please ask now, because we're gonna do a lot of mobile gestures. All these things are gonna be like this. Okay, so you have to ask your doubts now if you have any. Everyone can understand this piece of code, right?
Tap options dot, why did you import the same thing once again? The tap options.
Okay, this is tap option. This tap options you are mentioning, right? Why after that also you are telling like this, correct?
Yes.
Okay, so if you notice, the T is capital letter. Next to O also is capital letter, which indicates easily this is a class or interface in Java. Okay, that's the easiest way to understand. But if you don't understand, it's okay. Just go inside this. Let's take, this is a method. Okay, so method name will start with small letter and then a capital letter of stuff like that. And then basically this is a static. If you have watched my Java 8 playlist or my design pattern playlist, I would have told, see this tap options method is a static method, which basically helps you to return a new tap options. It's like there are other methods. If you want to use any of these methods, these are all non-static methods. So you need an object. So this is a builder pattern that, that's in action. Okay, this is a builder pattern that you can take it as an example. Okay, good. So tap options is the class, tap options is a method. So if there is a static method called tap options, how you will do it? Tap options dot tap options. Yeah. So this basically returns you new tap options, which means it's actually returning you an object. Okay, it's actually returning an object. Using that, you can access all these methods. Yeah. So this is a very simple example of your builder pattern. Okay. Good. Same way, with element is a method that accepts element option. Element options is a class that has a method called as element, okay, which is gonna return you new element option. This is also a the builder pattern, builder design pattern. And guys, if you haven't watched my Java 8 builder pattern or Java 8 series, please do watch that. You will get a lot of knowledge about it. Okay, I take it very simple, so don't think these are all complex things only Java developers will do. Only if you practice, we can code like this. Okay, I was I used to write very very bad code. Okay, if my girlfriend sees my code, she will spit on my face. So I used to write like that, but slowly we need to improve, right? So good. So any other doubts?
So Amutan, like can we do like we will import the parent package and then we will use all the child classes? Can we do like that? Or so tap options has a parent class, right?
Package, right? Yeah, it
Parent
has a
package.
package. Okay, so
Parent
if you
package.
notice, that will be automatically installed here. Okay, so if you notice, element option is here, tap option here. So that if you import till here, then also it's same. So it's normal import. If it's not a static import, if you want to use another class, anyway, the normal import will happen. Okay, so let's say control shift and move. See, it has already done the import for you. So you are telling, if I do like this, okay, until touch I will put, and then I'll put a star. Okay, then also it's same. So we are doing only the imports. Okay, which it's not a static import. We cannot access a static methods using this. If you put a static, then you need to point it to a static methods. This touch package does not have any static class directly. You need to go inside touch actions or other things, then only you can get it. Okay.
Okay.
This is normal importing stuff in Java. Okay. Let's minimize this. Now it has performed the tap action. Okay. Now what we will do, we will create a reusable method for this. Okay. Let's say public. Okay. Why I have to do the complexity myself? Just select this and then extract to a method. Okay. And then somebody pass me an element. Okay. Let's name it as tab. Okay. Somebody pass me an Android element. I'll perform the clicking. Okay. That's what I'm telling. Okay. Now we have created a reusable method, and then we are just whatever the element, just pass it. I'll do the tapping. Okay. That's it. You don't have to worry about all these things. This is one-time effort. Okay. You just need to call the tap method, pass the element. That's it. Now, second, we will see about how we can tap, or how we can do the long pressing operation. Okay. So to perform the long pressing operation, maybe if you have your mobile ready, click on this views. Okay. If you click on this, okay, why this tap option is not coming for me? So you can click on the views. Inside views, there will be something called as date widgets, I think. Yeah. Click on the date widgets. Okay. And then inside that, there will be inline. We need to click on this inline. Okay, this is for your drag and drop. Just a minute, guys. I have made a node. To long press, I think we need to click on expandable list. Inside views, we need to click on expandable list. Okay. So inside that, we have to connect. Let's go here. Click on black. So this is the way they have kept their mobile gestures. Okay. So we need to go to that particular place. So click on expandable list. Browser stack is little slow today, so I don't know, is it my internet connection or it takes a little bit of time to load. Okay, so if you notice, I have to long press on this people names. Okay, actually I cannot do this in a browser stack inspector window, but you can try it out in your mobile. So if you try it out in your mobile, you can see there is a pop-up that is coming out, sample menu, sample actions. Can you guys see it? I cannot do a long press here. Can you guys do it on the custom adapter? After clicking on the custom adapter, you need to click on long press the people names. Guys, do you have the mobile with you? Do you have installed your mobile? Then it will display you sample menu and sample action, something like that. Okay. Okay. So we need to do this operations. Okay, let's do it one by one. Okay. First, we need to navigate to views, and then we have something called as expandable list, and then custom adapter. Okay, we need to go here for performing this long press. We need to do this. Okay, first views is already done. So expandable list. Okay, maybe we can try one more thing before that. Maybe we will tap on the expandable list using the coordinates. Okay, so tap on expandable list using coordinates. So now let's find that particular element as well. Let's go back. Okay, so this is the expandable list. Let me inspect this now. Yeah, and then if you notice, this is the accessibility ID, just copy it. Okay, and then come here. I need to, it's better that we find this drive dot find element. ID, and then I'm passing the ID. So this is the element that I want. Okay, I will introduce the expandable list element. I want to perform tap using coordinates. And then I'll pass this guy. Okay. I'll create a new method. Okay. Now I'm going to tap using coordinates on this. I'm going to write all my logic here. Okay. Let's say new, and then Android touch action, and then I'll pass the driver, and then dot. Now we have tap. Okay. If you notice tap is having point option, right? This is the second one that we are interested in. Previously we used tap option. Now we are going to use point option. Okay. For that point option, choose point option. There is a method called point. If you notice, if you type control and space, you can just tell the x offset and y offset, or you can get the point. Okay, but we can give the x offset and y offset. That's a more easy way of doing it. Give the x and y. Okay, let's go here, and then we'll try to see what is the y and x. So for this, for the current, for the current mobile device size, the x and y remains at let's say tap by coordinates. Let's see 370 and 1363. Okay, 370 and 1363. In different device screen sizes, it may vary. So in those time, what you need to do, you need to find the bounds, and then you need to find the center point of it. Okay, so from 0 to 1080. So basically I can use my annotation here. So this is starting from 0 x-axis. Okay, in y-axis this is 1300. Okay, you have to find this. Then you also need to tell it is ending at 1080, and then 1432. Okay, so the center point will be somewhere between so let's say 500 comma 1300 and 1400. Let's say 1400. Okay, it's not exactly center point, but yeah, this is more of a event where we want to click it so that we can click somewhere around here. Okay, 500, 1400. Okay, and then if you go to the back, 500 comma 1400. Okay, after that, what do you want to do? We want to do perform. That's it. We don't want to do anything else. Okay, let's clear this drawing. Okay, clear all my drawings. Good. Let's try to run the test now and see whether it is clicking on that. So yeah, basically, yeah, it will do all the clicking operation for us. And now we also want to click on expandable list. After that, we need to click on custom, whatever it is. Yeah, custom adapter. So we'll inspect it and get this element ready. So it has failed. So we'll see what it is failing. Element could not be located on the page using the given parameters. Okay, I don't have enough information after that. Let's say in the 37th, finds by accessibility ID. It's not working. I don't know, the accessibility IDs on these pages are not working properly. Let's use some other locator strategy for the expandable views. And so content description is the accessibility ID. It should be working fine. Okay. Basically, okay, you don't have to perform, you don't even have to find this element. It has to actually click on it. Even though we are finding it, it shouldn't be used. Okay, let's cut it, and then comments, and then don't need to use this.
First we need to click on expandable list, then it will go to somewhere else.
No. Actually, no. We actually need to click on views, and then only we have to come here. Okay. We are actually doing it the wrong order. Okay, so notice. Okay, first we'll click on tab. Okay, we'll click on this, and then actually we don't need to find this element. We don't need it all because we are going to use the tapping using the coordinates. Okay, where is my code? Okay, let me do a Control Z. Okay, this is my code. Let me copy it. And then let me put it here. I don't need to do it. Okay. And then this is also not needed. Point option 1500. Yeah, should work. Let me check. Yeah, tap of point option is correct. It should work. Let's try it once again. If it is not working, we'll see what we can do. So it was passed. Why it is telling it's not able to do? Okay, now this is passing. I didn't do any changes. See, same code we are using. I don't know. Let's check the video whether it is actually clicking on the our expected element. Okay, because we have used using coordinates, right? So yeah, it can be a little flaky. So always use your element and then you click on it. Don't use coordinates until unless you need it. I'm just covering it as an added knowledge. That's it. Okay. So it's clicking on expandable, right? Yeah. Now the tapping using the coordinates is also working. So now I can extract this into a, sorry. Okay, maybe I can extract this into that. Okay. Let's name it as tap using coordinates. But actually I have to do some changes here. So if I pass the x comma y, maybe 500 comma, I'm just trying to create a reusable method so that in our framework we can directly use all of them. Okay. So let's name it as x and y, and then I can here tell int x comma int y. Okay. That's it. Why it is telling? Yeah, we know that. Okay. So yeah, we have also used a tap using coordinates, and then what else we have to do? We have to click on this. Yeah. We have to click on the custom adapter. We need to find the element and then we need to click on it. So let's say I want to click on this. Okay. Notice the text is one.custom adapter. We can use this. Content description is also available. So we can use accessibility ID. So accessibility IDs are much faster. So we'll use that. Okay. And now we can also tell tab and then maybe driver dot find element by accessibility ID. And then the accessibility ID is basically, yeah. So there is some tag. Yeah, that's it. And I will do a direct click. Okay, you can also use tab. Okay, once you click on that, then I need to also inspect it. People names. I need to do the long press on that. Okay, our focus is more on that. My internet connection is unstable. Okay, thank you for that. So it's taking a bit extra time. Can anyone tell what is that? If you guys have your sessions opened, can you inspect and tell what it is? Pupil names. Or maybe using the text, I will try to find out myself. Drive dot find element by xpath // it should be something related to Android /view, but I'm not focusing on that now. So I'm just telling @ text equal to people names. This is the XPath that I'm guessing, guys, but yeah, it may not be correct as well, but yeah. This, let's name it as people name. Okay, people name. Somebody's pinging. Okay, what is that? My voice is breaking. Is it fine now, guys? I think I'm getting some internet issues. Okay, so please adjust. If it is still not very clear, or you cannot follow, no, fine. Okay, thank you. So if you cannot follow, just ping me. Okay, we can also connect tomorrow. If you are not understanding, that's something wrong from my side. I'll see how can I fix this. Okay. Now I have something called as this. I need to do a long press. Okay, this is my thing. Long press on people name. Okay. Let's write a code. So let's write new Android touch action, and then you pass the driver here. And what else we want? First, we want to tap using tap option. Okay, dot tap options. I want to choose on the element. The element name is element option dot what is the element. So the basically the element is people name. If I want to do a long press, right? If I want to, this is normal tapping, but I want to do a long press. How will I do it? Dot, there is something called as wait action. So this wait action allows you to wait for some time. Okay. This wait action accepts wait options dot wait options. Okay. And then this wait option method is expecting the duration, how long you want to press. Okay. You have to tell duration of seconds. I want to press for 3 seconds. And then what else I want to do? I want to perform the sequence of operation. And once you do that, please wait for some time. I'm applying a threaded sleep for probably for maybe 3 seconds in order for us to view the screen. Okay, good. So you can also use thread sleep. If you use thread sleep, it will throw you interrupted exception again, or you have to do a try catch block, all those stuff. So uninterruptibles is a class that has a method that actually does the same job of thread sleep, but there no need to use the exception handling. Okay, now this is all set. Let's try to see whether this is working. Okay, very easy, guys. I'm tapping on an element and then I'm holding that for 3 seconds. That's the understanding from it. Okay. Now for this, we need to see the video. This mobile gestures is something very important. So if you understand this mobile gestures, there is nothing more left in Android. Okay. We have something called as parallel execution. We'll also learn about it, but this is very important. Okay. Notice this test is currently running. Let's wait before for a few seconds. An element could not be located using the page using the given parameters. The server did not provide any information. So I think, sorry guys, see the export that what I wrote is very long. So it should not be a method. Yesterday only I told, right? It's just coming from my Java stuff. Okay. Okay. At the rate text. Okay. The text is not a method in Appium. Okay. It's the thing that let's also do an inspection now. So text is people names. Yeah, we are using this to get the XPath and then using it. Okay, let's see whether it is working. Okay, the test is still running. Yeah, it is now passed. That's cool. We will also wait for the videos. I'm sure there are a lot of job opportunities for Appium guys. So when I added Appium, I used to get a lot of calls just because I have Appium, because this is very tricky if you are trying to learn yourself. If you need someone who teach these stuff, otherwise it's really hard. For rest assured and other stuff and all, you can learn on your own, but all the static imports, all those method, all these things, someone has to practice and then let you know, otherwise it's a little difficult. Why is this fun? I don't know, it's taking a lot of time to prepare the video.
Amutan, like how many years can we show? Like our experience in Appium
You can
after
show
this
at least
training?
2 years. You can at least show 2 years. because you can do all the things. Because see, even if someone is telling 5 years, that is not required, because Appium is updating very frequently. So even if you tell 1 year, that is more than enough, because the thing is, you need to work, need to know how to work on real device, how to work on emulator, how to work on cloud devices. If you know all these things and you know all the actions, how to perform, tap, long press, all those stuff, you can tell whatever the experience you feel, right? That's if you know whatever you know what you are doing. So basically, it has performed a click rather a long press. So there is something wrong. So we need to increase the time limit to say 7 seconds. So I want to wait for 7 seconds and then I want to do it. Okay. Let's see, wait action. Okay, I think we have to use, there is long press. Sorry guys, there is something called as long press. To do long press options. Okay, I'm using wait. Just a minute. There is method called long press. Okay, and then this is accepting long press options dot. Okay, so we need to use with elements. So these kind of things are a little tricky for everyone. Okay, even I have worked on it. So anyway, I will use a wrapper method, so I don't bother about the inner implementation after a certain period of time. So actually I want to do it on people names, and I want to do wait action. So wait options dot wait options, and then duration dot of seconds, 5 seconds, and then I'll do the perform. Let's try to check it. So these kind of things are a little tricky. So the more you practice, you get more, you know, control over it. So anyways, we are creating wrapper methods, right? We will create wrapper method like this tap using coordinates, all those stuff. So you don't have to worry about the inner implementation after a particular period of time. If someone is asking, hey, how this code works, I can tell, okay, this is a class, this is a method using this element. I'm clicking on this particular element. I'm performing that sequence of action. If you can tell this, that's more than enough. Okay. Nobody, if somebody is asking in an interview how to do a long press, okay, without ID and all, if someone is writing this code, they are doing a lot of mugging up operation. So this is very hard to, you know, imagine and then do it. Okay, let's go here. Then back to the build, still running. Okay, so it should work. And then we'll also try to cover one more thing. So let's also export this to a method. Okay, I'll name it as long press. Long press. Yeah, that's more than. Okay, now I also created this. Let's also see. Okay, it's still not done. So next criteria, what we want to do is we want to do a swiping operation. And this view data widgets and then inline. I need to go inside this. Okay, basically I can use you know, I have this code already ready. So let's remove all these things. Okay, let's remove this, and then let's also remove this. After clicking on views, I need to click on data widgets. Okay, for that I can tell driver dot find element by accessibility ID, then data widgets. It is data widgets or date widgets. Just a minute, I'll check my app in my real device. It's date widgets. Okay, so it's date widgets dot click. Once you perform the click, there is a menu called inline. I need to click on that. That I need to go and debug it. Why it is still running? Is it failed? No, it has passed. Yeah, but it is still telling it is running. So let's take it. Let's take it one time. Okay, and notice I have to click on this. tap on it. And then I need to click on inline. So these are all basically different mobile gestures. So all mobile gestures are available in this particular piece of app. Okay, I want to tap on this particular thing. But before that, let me get the accessibility ID. So this is the accessibility ID. Okay, we'll use this. Drive.find element by accessibility ID. And then this is the accessibility ID dot click. Once you click on this, now is our use case. I'll tell you what is the use case. Yeah, now you need to click on 3. Okay, first you need to click on 3. Okay, and then this will come here. Okay, now and then, or you have to drag it from that point to this point, something like that. Okay, maybe I will do no, I'll do a tab by coordinates and then I'll tap on it. So first you need to move the that time to 3:15, and then you need to do a operation like this. Okay, let's take, you want to do like this. You have to drag this from here to here. Okay, so let's try to do it with the help of swipe by coordinates. I am clicking here. I am clicking here. I want that to move to time of, let's say, from 3:15 time, it has to move to 3:45. Okay, so this is our use case. You need to actually swipe it. Okay, so first let's click on here and then find the accessibility ID or whatever stuff. Okay, sorry, this is a tab by coordinates. Okay, and then I'll tap on it. Then meanwhile, we'll also check whether the video is completed. Okay, why it is taking so much of time? Okay, it has performed all the touch ones. Okay, it's now ready. So if you notice, it has long pressed and then there is a pop-up menu that comes out if you do a long press. So this is what a long press operation is. Okay, you have to use long press. Okay, okay. It's like 2 years back, there is a direct method for long press. There is a method long press. It accepts the Android element. You pass the element, it will do the long press. That's it. You can just mention the time as a overloader constructor. In an overloader constructor, you can mention how long you want to press it. But now they have optimized all this code. If someone is working 2 years before an Appium, they cannot work directly. No, they have to learn everything. Okay. So now we'll also go to the previous work that we do. So we are in this 15. So the accessibility ID for this is 6. Okay. Content description is 6. And we can use something like that. I can use expand accessibility ID. So okay, that's fine. I'll use an accessibility ID. So driver.find element by accessibility ID and then 6. I don't want to perform a click directly. So introduce a new variable that's, let's say it as source. We want to start from this point. And then you also say driver.find element by accessibility ID. I don't know what is the ID of that. Let's go there. I don't know how the accessibility ID is 6. I think it's incorrectly telling. Okay, this is 15 and this is 45. Okay, the accessibility is 15 and 45. It is wrong. Okay, 15 and I have to move to 45. And this is target. Let's say I want to move to this particular target. Okay. Now let's create a, stuff that can help us to do the swiping operation. Okay, same thing. Okay, new Android touch action. Okay, same thing. And then pass the driver and press on dot. And now let's do a tapping. Okay, I want to do a tap options dot tap options. I know the element, so I am using with element method. I'm not using the point tap using coordinates. So I also can pass element options dot element. Okay, and I can pass the element, right? What is the element now? I want to click on source first. Okay, okay, you are clicking on source. Then what do you want to do? I want to move to the same thing. Okay, I want to move to element options dot element. What is the element now? I want to move to target. Okay, you want to move to target, that's okay. What else we want to do? Do you want to wait for some time? You can use wait actions, or you can directly perform the sequence of operation. Okay, sometimes this may be a little flaky, so it's always recommended to use a wait action. Okay, wait action is basically coming from your wait actions dot wait options, and this is duration dot of seconds and 3 seconds. Okay, so basically I want to tap on this source, and then I want to move to this element after waiting for some time. Okay, this is what I am, trying to do, but I need to do this before this. Okay, then only I want to move. After moving, I don't want to wait. I want to click on the source, then I want to wait for 3 seconds, then I want to swipe it. Okay, and then I want to release the everything at the end. Okay, so this is a sequence of events, so this will only press it. Okay, if you want to release the button, you have to press on release. Okay, after moving to this target, I want to release it, and then I want to perform the sequence of operation. Let's try to do it. Guys, any doubts, please feel free to ask. This is pretty common. If you don't follow it, please ask me the doubts. That's why I'm here. Okay,
So it's same as drag and drop.
yes, it's same as drag and drop. There is no difference between drag and drop on this. Almost same. There is normally people don't use wait actions for swiping. Okay, swiping we normally just swipe it, right? We don't wait for anything. But if you wait for it, we call it a swipe. But both of
Yes.
them can be used interrelatively. So it has failed. That's very good news for us. And then we don't know why it is failed. Okay, let's try to go here. And then see in the 45th line, it has failed. Mobile gestures. Okay, it should have worked. It has found, you cannot find it using the accessibility ID. Driver dot, but whatever they told is correct only. We used an accessibility ID of 15. It's correct. Let's also try to do an inspect on this particular thing. Okay, first I need to click on this. Okay. First I need to click on the 15. Then I need to swipe it. Okay, let's try to do like that. First I'll do a source dot click. Once I perform that click, then it will come here. Okay, let's go back and come again. Again, guys, this is the app that they have developed. This little tricky, but yeah, in normal cases, it won't be that much tricky. Okay, we are just trying to see how we can do it. Tap on it. It worked. Let's see the actual failure, how it is. The element could not be located on the page using the given search parameters.
First, we have to click on 3, then 15 comes. Otherwise, it's 3 as well.
Oh, okay. Got it. So this is the issue. Okay, good. So first we need to find, let's say 3. Okay, let it be there. Drive dot good on. So yeah, I'll directly do the clicking here. Okay, good. Now it will change to 15, correct? And then yeah, good. Okay, so close it. Let's go and click on this 3. Yeah, now this is 3. And then once you perform a tap operation on that, it changes to 15. Yeah, now if I inspect this becomes a 15. Good. So yeah, now this should work. I am clicking on the 3 and then I'm finding this, I'm performing the sequence of events. Let's see. So this is a good thing. So we can also in the meantime create a reusable method for this. Okay, let's extract that into a method, and then let's name it as swiping, swipe from source to target. That's it. Yeah, as simple as that.
So in the swipe action, like first we are doing tap and then wait. Here also we can do click and then wait.
What click?
Instead of tap, we can use the click method here.
No. A click method is not a part of your actions itself.
Okay.
Again, it has failed. Let's say it's now failed in the 54th line. Okay, I think I have already moved it, displaced it. So let's go back and then see what is the 54th line. It is failing while performing the perform action. Okay. Let's wait for the video. Otherwise, we will see it tomorrow. Okay, don't worry. It is telling it is completed. I don't know why they are not sending us back the proper log. Cannot perform touch action on the element. Okay, why you cannot perform? Okay, it's taking a little bit of time to change it to 15. We don't use any weights and other stuff. Okay, this is little flaky. Maybe we have to apply some thread.sleep, but I'll do it tomorrow and then I'll come back. Okay, in the meantime, you can apply some weights and then try. Okay, you guys can also try. Okay, so but basically what we have done so far is we have done tapping. We have done tapping using the coordinates. We also done use long press. We have also tried our swipe, but it is not working as we expected. Maybe one last time we will try it. If not, we will see it tomorrow. Okay, but you have to practice all these things yourself. Okay, tap on different elements. You need to do an expandable list using coordinates. Use a different coordinates, or you try to find the bound and then get the coordinates from it. Try to find the center point and then click on it. We have hard coded the value. Don't hard code it. Rather try to find the x and y dynamically. Okay, so this is your task for tomorrow, and then you can also try the long press options. Okay, we will take it little slow. There is no hurry. Okay, we can spend some more time. I'm okay. Okay, so it is again failing. That's okay. We will see how we can do it tomorrow. It's not a big deal. I'll try it out myself and then I'll come back. Okay, that's all. If anyone have any doubts, you can let me know now, and then if otherwise
One question, like it's not related to this, but general question.
yeah.
In companies, where do they usually test? Like they use real devices or browser stack or
Okay,
emulators?
okay, this varies across different companies, right? So since the browser stack, all these things are little heavy on the budget. Okay, so they normally don't do this. Okay, they will set up their own cloud. You can set up your own cloud like this. Okay, at the end of the day, it is just an Appium server. If you notice, my Appium server is running on 4723, right? The IP address is my IP address. If I want to access my machine from my machine, I can use localhost. If you have to access my machine, then you can give my IP address, correct?
Yes.
That IP address can be converted to a DNS, correct?
Correct.
So anyone can access. So basically you can set up this infrastructure yourself. You can set up a cloud infrastructure yourself if you have the physical devices with you. Normally it is recommended to use a physical device because emulator, it gets clogged. If you try to run 50 tests, it may not work because after some point of time, it may tear down. Okay, so that's why they don't normally run it on emulator. If you have very simple test cases like 10 test cases, it can withstand, but otherwise you always need a physical device. Okay, maybe while inspecting all those stuff, we can use emulator, but while running, it needs to be a physical device, whether it is hosted in your machine or it is hosted in a cloud, by some vendor, or you can also set up that same cloud yourself. Okay. Okay, so but physical device is recommended, whether it is in the cloud or you are setting up that. Okay.
Yes.
Good. Any other doubts? Come on, guys. Any other doubts?
So at line numbers like 41, 42, I guess, why have we used click? Like I am confused in that.
Where?
43, 44, and 45.
This is normal clicking operation. See, you can also do normal clicking operation. You can also do tap operation. Okay. Just for time being, since I have already given a demo about how to perform tap, I didn't do it. I just, for time being, I just used a click. Okay.
Okay.
See, you can, yesterday we only know that there is only click operation existed, correct? Okay, I'll ask you one question. In Selenium, how many ways you can do a click?
Yeah.
I guess
Yeah.
We can use action class to perform click, right?
Yes.
right.
That is
Yes.
that particular version of a click is called a tap in mobile. That's it. It's more of a mobile gesture. It's more native to the app. Okay, so we can perform using a click method. You can also use it using the action class. Whatever you feel comfortable, but you need to know how to do a tap. Okay, how to do long press, how to do double click. All the stuff you need to know. Okay, yeah. Any other questions?
Yeah, Amutan, like suppose the same app I use for a very small device, right? The locator will remain same, right? There will be no change in the locator.
Locator will not change, but if you're
Okay.
tapping using the coordinates, then it will change.
Okay.
That's why you should not use tap using coordinates unless you dynamically picking the X and Y. Okay, X and Y values you can pick dynamically. You can
Yes,
find
we
the,
can do it.
yeah. Okay, there is something called as driver dot get size something. Okay,
Get coordinates. Some method is there.
it's there, and then using that you can get it. Okay.
Yeah. Yes.
And then you can. We will do that. We are going to do that. All those things tomorrow. There are other mobile gestures what I want to try to cover. While covering that, I will cover all those stuff.
No, like your answer is no. Only if there are coordinates. If you are using coordinates,
Then
then
only it will not
it will.
work. Otherwise,
Then only it will
locators will
not
be
work.
the same. Yeah.
Okay.
Maybe you have to also taken care that element that is visible now. So let's say, okay,
That.
you
Okay.
can understand what I'm trying to say.
Yes.
Okay, let's go to the initial page that we have seen before. Come on. Let's be a little fast. See, the element that is displayed in this particular device may not be displayed in a device that is 4-inch because you can see the grid. It is working fine because this is a 5.5-inch mobile that is you can see it, so you don't have to scroll and click it. Okay, in certain devices that is having 4-inch of screen size, if you run the same test case, it will not work because in that you have to scroll and then you need to click it. That is not visible there.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So that is the only thing that you need to keep in mind. Okay.
Then there we can add a device capability, like we will fetch in runtime. What is the screen? Is it
No.
possible?
Yeah, we will do that. We will do that
Okay.
tomorrow. Everything is
Okay.
possible. Okay. We will
Okay.
do.
Okay.
Okay. Anything from anyone?
Just a curious question, Amdan.
Yeah.
So you have been using all the anonymous methods, no?
Anonymous inner class. Anonymous objects.
Yeah, anonymous objects. Yes. So in future, all these can be converted in Java 8 in the Java 8 way, no? All
These are all not anonymous inner classes. They are anonymous objects. Anonymous objects is different from your anonymous inner class implementations.
Just going through your Java 8 video, so I want to ask.
Yeah, you will be in that particular state. You'll get confused. Yeah, that is pretty normal. Yeah, but this is a anonymous inner object. Instead of, suppose you have a class called A equal to new A, and since we already have a class called A, you can call the method run something. Okay, there is a method run, right? Okay, where is this A? I don't know where I have the A. Maybe I have the static import already. So instead of you telling a equal to new a, you can just tell new a dot and then call a method. That's it. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. So that is called as anonymous objects.
Yeah.
Good. Let me stop the recording. If you have doubts, you can still ask.